Yo, what's the crack, boys? Parity in the NBA is at an all-time high right now, which means there's more contenders than ever. I'm going to go through a list of just my personal ones. Your favorite team will probably be left for this. You could say tiers. I will give some honorable mentions, but this is like, you should expect to see this team in the NBA Finals. Obviously, I'll give, like I said, some honorable mentions. I think a clear favorite, which I kind of disagree with, but, looking at their free agency they had, the Phoenix Suns definitely are in that tier. 100%. Devin Booker, the point guard, is going to be elite. That backcourt of him and Bradley Beal is going to be lethal. You've got Kevin Durant playing one of the forward spots, DeAndre Ayton at the center. You're looking good. They signed some good players. Eric Gordon, Yuta Watanabe. May I butcher that name. You've signed some good players. The offense is going to be sensational. Many 130 point games from them. 120, 110. This team is not going to score under 100 a lot of times this season. Obviously, defense is their big question. DeAndre Ayton is a bit of a soft center. Frank Vogel, defensive-minded coach. That will definitely help them 100%. I have no doubt about that. Obviously, Suns, I have all these contenders. I think Suns definitely have the biggest potential to underperform just because of their lack of good depth. Like, their depth is good for, their situation, their bad situation they're in. Obviously, it's still not ideal. You've not got the best depth in the world or in the NBA. But considering the spot you're in when you trade for Bradley Beal, it's definitely a lot better. I'm expecting them to make the second round. If I had to personally guess, I'll say conference finals. But obviously, you got that big three there. Technically a big four. You got to put them in that category of fit. Obviously, defense is going to be their big question. They were exposed against Denver. Obviously, that Denver team's one of the best offensive teams this century. So, maybe, that's a weird sample size. But obviously, the Lakers have got really good depth now. The Nuggets have retained. Obviously, lost Bruce Brown. That's a huge loss. Clippers, if they get James Harden, they've still got good depth. You're going to be kind of struggling. The Grizzlies as well. Warriors as well. You got a lot of teams to compete against. This could be really rough for the Suns because you've gone all in this Bradley Beal deal. You've traded away Mikal Bridges, all this stuff. And now, you may be stuck in this spot. But Phoenix Suns, definitely a contender. Out east, I got the Bucks. Obviously, fired Mark Budenholzer. He was somewhat holding them back. Obviously, that game 5. There's 0.5 seconds left after Jimmy tipped in. Does not call a timeout. Questionable. Obviously, he did go for a rough time. Hopefully, he's recovering from that. But, Adrian Griffin, I think that's a solid hire. Obviously, I don't know much. He was an assistant in Toronto. Toronto's got a good coaching system. I think retaining Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez is a smart move. They're on the long-term contracts, which yes, you could trade. I would probably just sign for a 1-year deal, but obviously I ain't the GM. Giannis going to have another great 30, 10, and 5 season. Drew Holiday's going to be the best defender in the NBA again. Chris Middleton, if he doesn't get hurt, I think he'll be fine. Brook Lopez as well. Brook Lopez is having his best season every year at this point. I expect him to have maybe not as good as last season, but on that level, I think he'll be great. Tough because, they could have went to the finals if it wasn't for Giannis getting injured, but obviously Giannis played most of the games. This is definitely their comeback season. This is kind of like 2021 over again where, they lost the Heat, came back, won the championship. It's kind of like that sort of similar mentality they need to have. I expect them to be good contenders. But obviously, if they don't win this year, a lot of questions. Obviously, people saying Giannis to New York. I'm not going to believe it until it happens. Obviously, it was like Giannis to the Warriors, Giannis to the Heat, sign an extension. Giannis is quite a loyal guy. We'll see what happens. But that core of Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez, possibly even Drew Holiday, yeah, if they don't win this season, I would expect them to, blow it up, try to get some help around Giannis, or even Giannis request a trade. Who knows? Obviously, we've got to say the Nuggets. We know how good the Nuggets are. I don't think I need to explain why Jokic and Murray are the best duo in the NBA. Jamal Murray, wait, did I say Murray? Jamal Murray is an 84 rated in the next 2K, apparently. Obviously, 2K is smart. They get people talking around. Jamal Murray is at least bare minimum 88. Probably should be at 89. 84, whatever. Also, we know how good the Nuggets are. So well coached. That 1-2 punch of Jamal Murray and Jokic is unreal. Elite role players. Bruce Brown departure is going to hurt. They're going to kind of have to rely on their younger role players, which I don't expect them to repeat. I expect them to be really good next season, though. Along with them, though, obviously, the Lakers arguably won free agency somewhat. That Lakers team is absolutely surreal post trade deadline. Now you're telling me we're going to have an off season together and the full season together, I expect the Lakers, and LeBron, damn near 40-point triple-double, or it was a 40-point triple-double. In the elimination, obviously they got swept because the Nuggets were just so good this season. I'm probably picking the Lakers to go to the finals, maybe. We'll just have to see. Obviously, their defense is going to be elite. Rui, AD, Vanderbilt, obviously LeBron, kinda. You got, David Ham, good coach. Gabe Vincent as well. You've just got good role players, which is what you need. You got, there's no clear third star, which is what's really good for the Lakers. Obviously, it was Westbrook last season. Like I said, LeBron, AD, and good role players that can shoot and defend. That's all you need, and that's what they have right now. Yes, LeBron's a bit older. AD was very healthy last season. He's actually played one of the most games since 2016, and people make glass jokes, but it is what it is. Lakers definitely going to be coming out next season. I expect them to be at top 3 seed at best, at worst. I mean, obviously we'll have to see. This Lakers team's definitely all better. Austin Reeves back on the contract. Rui's back on the contract. Getting their role players down. Obviously that Gabe Vincent sign's huge. Cam Reddish, we'll have to see. Jackson Hayes, DMPs. That's kind of how I think, right? Maybe he'll come up big one game. We'll have to see. I'm going to say Miami, regardless. Yeah, you can't doubt the Heat. But I'm assuming Miami's going to get Dame. So I'm picking them to go to the finals. Need I say more? That Miami team, who did have an increase in 3-point shooting, which, what did help them get to the finals, especially in the conference finals. They've added arguably one of the best point guards in the league. The big thing was shot creation. They need a guy. They literally all they're missing is a guy like Dame, and they've got a championship pretty much. And that's literally what they've got. That's what they have. So yeah, Miami's gonna be a big contender. Last team in my contenders, I would say the Warriors. This Chris Paul trade, I don't like it, but it is what it is. This is what their team is now like. Chris Paul off the bench. I think a death lineup could be Chris Paul, point guard, Steph a shooting guard, Clay at the small forward, Wiggins at the 4, Draymond at the 5. That could be their closing lineup. I like that. Chris Paul is absolutely insane facilitator. He probably will average 10 assists this season because, you're playing with Clay and Steph. Absolutely unreal. Wiggins will be back. Obviously, he was going for a lot. That's why he missed like 2 months or something, whatever it was. He's going to be huge for them. He's in his prime. Draymond, rightfully so, got another contract extension. That's how it was. You pick Draymond over Jordan Poole every day. There's a guy in Summer League who's got the same mannerisms as Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is more easily replaceable than Draymond Green. But Jordan Poole, don't get me wrong, I'm picking him to be an all-star next season. Jordan Poole's a phenomenal player. Not a lot of guys like Draymond in the league. You keep Draymond. And he's a part of the dynasty. You choose him over Jordan Poole. Obviously, it's unfortunate how Draymond did that. It literally changed their team. Even Draymond admits that. They probably could have won the chip last season. Like, once again, Draymond doing that shit again. But I fuck with Draymond. Warriors, I do expect to be good. Steph can actually run off ball more. Chris Paul be a facilitator. Steph doesn't actually have to hold the ball that much. Hopefully, he can help Clay as well. Clay did have arguably one of his best seasons last year. Led the league in threes made. Chris Paul is going to be playmaking like crazy for that. Depth, they got Saric. Also got the usual bench guy, Payne, etc. Steve Kerr and everything. I expect the Warriors to be good next. For my honorable mentions, I've got the Knicks, Sixers, and Clippers. Sixers are in such a rough spot. It hurts to see my team like this. Harden if Harden goes to Clippers, put the Clippers in that list, but obviously he ain't there yet. The Sixers are a joke. Blow up, trade Embiid, build around Maxey. That's my fault. The Knicks got better. That's just how it is. Clippers, they're going to get better. They're already good, but Kawhi and Paul George, they're just injury prone. So that's why they're not up there. By themselves, yes, championship favourites. It's just that injury prone. Paul George gets injured before the playoffs. Kawhi gets injured game 2. Or was it after game 1? Not even game 2. Yeah, it's crazy. You can't really put them up there.